Not only do we have great residents, but we have great employees who demonstrate the Inspired to Serve philosophy every day. As Hurricane Irma was bearing down on Florida just a few months ago, we witnessed that commitment firsthand from both the staff at Covenant Village of Florida and support from the central office team. Join me in hearing directly from some of the team who worked together to keep the residents safe during this recent hurricane.
The radar image of Hurricane Irma in the Atlantic Ocean was a very telling image. This was going to be a very powerful storm, and projections of its path made it very clear that Covenant Village of Florida could be greatly impacted.
So how do we apply the common purpose of creating joy and peace of mind in the event of a hurricane? And so we activated our emergency response plan, and our emergency response plan is very comprehensive, and it really covers potentially every emergency that could occur.
That emergency response plan meant pulling a team together to ensure the community was ready to handle the storm. It also included a team from central office in Skokie providing support along the way. Twice-a-day meetings, ensuring there was ample food and water, fuel for generators, medicines, communications tools, and making sure there was staff in place throughout the storm to help the residents and their family members know they'll be safe.
The central office also prepared for the initiation of taking over the phone service for the campus. So as the hurricane got closer, we took all phone calls, and our command post handled all the communication for calls coming in, which allowed the campus to focus on their efforts in preparation with all the residents.
Hurricane Irma actually veered to the west, and the impact wasn't as severe as it could have been. Nonetheless, the command posts were manned 24 hours a day, hurricane shutters were closed, food was prepared, and staff and residents were ready to ride out the storm.
And so for residents ahead of time, the resident life director worked with the hospitality ambassadors on each floor of our buildings, and they put together an entire packet for activities that the residents themselves could lead other residents in their building and on their floor to actually create social events and to make it fun.
The preparation was perfect, so it allowed the campus to have that breathing spot at the end of the day, hours before the hurricane, to sit down and go, we're ready.
You know, in residential, we had the dining team that stayed in community, and they were putting together the hurricane meals. We had the facilities team, both maintenance, housekeeping, in each building, assigned to each building, and then in particular in our assisted living community and then skilled nursing community, we staffed so that the care staff would be working 12-hour shifts, but they would only work either days or nights.
The good news is that the storm left very little damage to the campus. The roofs held up and only a few branches and trees were downed. Perhaps the biggest impact of all, a tremendous display of caring individuals ready to help in a time of potential disaster.
So it's incredible as you watch our staff in the organization and see the care and concern of this campus in crisis mode. Everyone stepped up. I had people raising their hands across the organization saying, just ask. If you need something, I'm willing to step in.
Recovery teams, both locally at Covenant Village of Florida and from across the country, came in after the storm to relieve those who stayed during Irma's fury. Operations got back to normal as quickly as possible.
The power of being a whole organization, coast to coast, knowing there's resources available, just has to give all of us peace of mind knowing that we're going to navigate this together.
And I think, you know, at the end of the day, it really reflected the dynamic spirit that is in every one of our communities that really reflects the life of our community. And maybe Hurricane Irma just gave us the opportunity and a bigger reason to do what we do every day anyway.